Okay, great. Let me draw it bigger. Okay, so you have a function. Okay, a function is any block. So this is like a block of code. Okay, and the function take in bunch of parameters. Okay, so this is an input, and then it outputs what you return. Okay, so imagine, and so here's the thing, print is actually what we call system functions. Okay, it's a function provided by Python itself. So do you realize that print, you take in like a, you say hello world, right? Okay, so this is actually a function, and then the hello world is the parameter. All right. So when the hello world goes into the function, it then does something here, right? So what it does, it actually console logs it out, right? So it logs out to wherever it's trying to print to, maybe your screen, maybe whatever. Okay, and it returns nothing. So it returns nothing. It's just nothing. There's no return statement in this function. Got it? Is it clear?
Got it.
Yeah. So don't get confused. Return has nothing to do with print. Print is actually a type of function defined by the originator of Python developers. And actually, you can write your own libraries that have your own functions. Okay?
Okay.
So, one follow-up question on that, guys. So, for example, we have a function, and at the end of the function, we return a particular value. We use the return keyword, and then there is an output. So, if we call that function,
Yeah.
will we get the output as the return value, or I mean, will that show up on the terminal, or
Yeah,
or will it not?
Yes, yes. So let's say this return, let's say you wrote a function that returns a string. Okay?
Yeah.
Then usually how we call the function is, let's say we'll call the function as, let's say I wrote a function called good morning. Okay? And the parameter is going to take in a string called name. Okay? And what it does is that it returns, when it returns, it's going to say return this string called good morning name. Alright? So what happens is when I say new string equals to good morning hi, okay, then this is going to execute this function, right, and pass this string hi into name. Right? Then when it returns, it's going to return this new string. Right? So now you can take this whole value and just substitute by the return. Then return is now assigned to new string. Is that clear?
So, good morning, Kai. This thing will get printed on the terminal, you're saying? Because I came across few functions wherein they had return at the end.
Yeah.
But that return value, I mean, when we called that function, that return value was not getting printed because we had not used the print function at the end of the defined function.
Yeah. Don't confuse print with return. They are completely two separate things. When you return something, nothing gets printed.
Okay.
Okay? It just returns it back. It substitutes back whatever when you call the function, when you return something, it just substitutes this back.
Okay.
Okay?
So it only calculates and then it puts that return value in wherever we use the function, there it puts that return value. But the thing is, at the back end, it does not show up on your output screen.
It doesn't. Unless you say print this thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Got it? In fact, you can also do like print, right? And then you can say good morning, hi. Right? Then it will call this function, return the string, right? It will return it as good morning, hi, right? Once it's substitute in, and then you will print this thing out. If you want to print it. Got it? This is actually a function being called once it resolves this function. All of them are functions.
Sorry, just regarding this explanation that you just gave.
Yeah.
So here you said that the return function will basically substitute your new value, but it will not show up in your output unless you print it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, doesn't it anyway do that? Like, for example, if I don't use a return, and if I use the same function that you just typed here, it will still give me the output, right? Good morning, hi.
So if your original function that you define don't have a return statement, right? Is that a function? Then nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Then nothing is returned.
But when you do print, it does give an output. So it is anyway substituted, right?
So if I wrote a function called good morning, takes in a name, and has no return function, okay? And it does whatever it does here, right? Okay? But no return function. What will happen is that it will evaluate this function, right? And then you will substitute nothing in it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then basically
you need to have the return value in order for it to be able to print the substituted value.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to return something, right?
Okay.
Hey, just to add up on Kai's point, so if you don't return anything, when you print it, the value you get will be none. There's a video called none value.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically it does the work for you before you print it, but you don't really see it doing that.
Yes.
Basically.
So nothing happens, nothing return. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
So I want to ask, when does the return needs to be put?
Normally at the end, but there are also conditionals. So normally you say, if this something happens, I want it to return something. In the function, normally that is the case. Okay, the rough structure that you should be aware of is I have a function, right? Okay, function is a block of code, right? So function has two things. It has a parameter, and usually it has a return. Okay, so parameter is what you put in, right? And then return is what it comes out. Okay? You can also return multiple values in Python by returning a type called a tuple. Right? You guys will learn that later on. Okay?
okay.
Is everyone clear? Anyone has any other questions? So Ivana, thanks for raising this. I'm pretty sure you see a lot of people have similar concerns. It's just easier when someone raises it, then we can all share. Right? Cool. Dimas, I saw your face just now. Hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah. Hi all. So is it my turn to